Welcome back, Pokemon Trainers. Professor Chaz here. The lab coat's on back order, and it's time for episode number 3 of our brand new series here on the channel, Pokemon Colosseum. As I said before, it's been a long time coming, but we're here in the GameCube realm of Pokemon games, and in the last episode, some things happened. Now, we're here in Phoenix City, or Phoenix City. Phoenix? I don't know. However you want to pronounce this. As I said, the names in this region are going to be pretty weird. Now, we're here in Phoenix City, and we met with the mayor, who says he's going to look into this mysterious shadow Pokemon thing that's going on. And we encountered a character, this very elaborate, eccentric kind of a character with a big Pokeball afro called Meyerby, with his minions Trudley and Folly, and we actually managed to make our first snag. Now let's talk a little bit about snagging Pokemon. First of all, we're going to check out the team. You'll see I have actually switched the team up a little bit. Now that we have our first shadow Pokemon, I'm going to be using some Pokemon from the previous adventures in Blue, Silver, and Sapphire, and I only want to use Pokemon from the previous adventures that are equal to or less than the level of the shadow Pokemon that we have with us. So level 30 Makuhita means I can use Whiskers the Persian. We'll take a look at right here. She is a quirky Pokemon, that's a neutral nature. Limber ability, preventing paralysis. You can see her stats right there. She has Payday, Bite, Thief, and Screech, and no ribbon. She didn't beat the Elite Four yet in the Hoenn region. But we also have a pretty powerful Pokemon. We have not seen Aerodactyl on the battlefield in a main series playthrough just yet. So as I said before, I'm going to prioritize using Pokemon that have not been on main teams yet through the playthroughs. And if it just so happens that we run out of those Pokemon, because I am doing, as I said, Nuzlocke-ish kind of rules, then I'll be using some of the other Pokemon that have been on main teams. But I'm going to give the, let's call them the underdogs, Pokemon that have not yet been featured as main team members in previous generations or previous games, a chance to shine. So Aerodactyl is here. He is a mild Pokemon with the pressure ability. The moves are Wing Attack, Steel Wing, Sky Attack, and Earthquake. And much like Whiskers, no ribbon. Now we're going to look at our Shadow Makuhita. As we saw last time, we can see its ability. We can't see its nature. The heart gauge, instead of experience points, there's a heart gauge. The door to its heart is tightly shut. You see there's 5 blocks of purple. The more you use this Pokemon in battle, and there are other ways to sort of affect this, you'll lower that heart gauge and empty it out. Once it's at 0, the Pokemon is ready to be purified and get back to being a standard Pokemon as we know and love them. So you'll see how this kind of goes along as we go into battles. Now, did I mention this? I don't think I did. I only want to use 2 Pokemon from previous games and up to 4 Shadow Pokemon, because the way the game normally plays out, you have Umbreon and Espeon to start off with, and every other Pokemon you get in this game is a Shadow Pokemon. So just to make it so that I'm not overpowered with Pokemon that have really good attacks, like Earthquake on Aerodactyl is very nice to have, I'm going to limit myself to just 2 of my previous Pokemon. The rest will just be Shadow Pokemon. And just to recap the idea of the injury system that we're going to be doing here. Since this game is going to be pretty difficult to completely Nuzlocke, you'll see that I could mark Pokemon with up to 4 symbols: circle, square, triangle, and heart. Every time a Pokemon gets knocked out, we will mark them with one of those symbols, and when all 4 marks are lit, that Pokemon is permanently retired from this playthrough. Hopefully it won't come to that. You never know, it might. And I said if it's a little bit too easy, I might be a little bit more lenient on that. I might just say maybe 1 or 2 knockouts, but we'll see how things play out. Let's get things started here, because we, as we left the mayor's office last time, there was a mysterious green-clad, kind of a Power Ranger kind of guy outside the mayor's office, or mayor's house. Now, our regular viewer, Robert, did point out that, now I said something about how this isn't a traditional game, you go and get a starter Pokemon from the professor, and you start training it up. As Robert did point out, this guy here, the guy in the blue, and the guy in the green by the mayor's house, and on the other side of town at the other exit is a Power Ranger guy in red. They all have a Johto starter in Stage 2, and the color represents what type of Pokemon they have. So this guy here has Croconaw. Now, in a way, as Robert says, that's kind of like getting a starter Pokemon, but I see it differently because, first of all, it's not given to you. You actually have to capture it in battle. So that makes it different, first of all. Second of all, it's not the baby form. It's the middle form already. And it's not quite the same. You're not building your bond from level 5 with the basic Pokemon, seeing as it powers up as you go along with it. So, anyway, it's similar enough in a way, but, I don't know, I consider it that Espeon and Umbreon are your starter Pokemon, essentially. So, since this is a starter encounter, I'm going to go ahead and deal with the Water-type guy, because as you know me, I'm a Water-type starter through and through. Shelbert the Squirtle, Snapper the Totodile, and Skippy the Swampert. I gotta go Water-types. So let's take on this guy right here. Sorry to break it to you, but I'm not about to let you pass. Or do you have this idea that you can take me in a battle? Who's going to beat me? You are. Don't be Try again. Don't be crying out of regret later. I was going to say, don't be crying out loud. But that's not exactly at all what he was going to say. So Bluno, from the Mystery Troop, would like to battle me. Let's see, he's sending in a Croconaw and Grimer. So that is going to be the Shadow Croconaw. Spoilers, but Rui's about to show us that. Of course, she has the featured ability of the eyeballs, almost like the Shinigami eyes. She can see the Shadow Aura of Pokemon. Right here. There's a Pokemon with a black aura. So, we're going to try to take out this Grimer. I'm going to throw a I'm going to try to bite Croconaw. Possibly get a flinch off. And I could Earthquake, but it's going to hurt Whiskers. And given the fact that this is Nuzlocke-style-ish, I'm not going to do that. I don't want to weaken myself if I can help it. I'll go for a nice resisted Steel Wing attack on Croconaw. Might boost our defense, too. There's a chance to do that. Ooh, that does, like, nothing. Alright, so let's see if we can flinch it, though. How much will this do? It's decent. I could weaken it up a little bit more, but can we get that flinch? Oh, it's going to go for Scary Face, lower my speed. Oh, I didn't mention this in the first 2 episodes, and I just remembered as I did yesterday's news update video thingy, this is going to be a Monday through Friday series. Ouch. And we're poisoned. Excellent stuff. So, anyway, before we continue on with this, Monday through Friday series. So Monday, of course, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You know the days of the week. We're going to have an episode of Pokémon Colosseum going up, so I can try to burn through this playthrough, because there's a lot more yet to come in the future of the world of Pokemon. But, herein lies the problem. So, Whiskers is poisoned. If I don't heal her, or switch her out, then we could lose her, and that's her first mark, and I don't want to do that. I'm going to switch Whiskers out into our Shadow Makuhita. In fact, I completely forgot. I always want to have one of the Shadow Pokemon as one of my lead Pokemon in the battle, because every time you send them into battle, as you'll see, the heart gauge lowers a little bit. Aerodactyl. Do I risk the Earthquake? I'm going to try the Earthquake. I hope I don't knock out my own Pokemon, but I do have 4 chances, basically. I don't want to use these chances up if I can help it. Now watch the heart gauge. It went down by about a half of one of those 5 blocks. There's the first mark for our Shadow Makuhita. And so long, Croconaw. Well done, Aerodactyl. However, that is not the only chance to capture this Croconaw. There is something later on. Let me choose Whiskers. There we go. There is something later on. It's post-game, but you do get a chance to capture these starters again later on. In fact, even the starters that you don't choose to battle here, you do capture them later on, too, as a post-game thing. That was almost a knockout. Oh, we gotta heal this up quick. Whiskers can bite, so I'm gonna go with the super effective. I'm gonna try Thief. It's also super effective. Now, we're going to go for the items, and first things first, I'm going to Super Potion Whiskers. Alright, let's get some super effective Thief off, see if we can actually steal any items that this thing is holding. I don't know how many things have held items as far as opposing trainers go in this game, but might as well try it and find out. No item. Alright, Psywave. Random damage. I think it's still, is it 1 to 1.5 times, or 1 HP to 1.5 times the level of the Pokemon, randomly chosen how much damage is going to be done. So, what I'm going to do here, I think I'm safe just to go for an antidote. I will cure Whiskers' poison. And Aerodactyl, we're going to go for a wing attack. I'm going to say that should be enough power to take this thing out. So long, Spoink. Now this I feel kind of bad about. The animation. For those of you that read the Pokédex data in Pokemon games, you know what just happened to that Spoink. I'm not going to spoil it, but feel free to check out, is it even in Sun and Moon? I can't remember. Bluno defeated. You're tough. Trudley and Folly can't be blamed for losing. And we get $900, and we already lost 1 knockout on our first Pokemon already. What was that strange Pokemon? What did you people do to it? It's a Pokemon that we turned into a fighting machine by artificially closing the door to its heart. Huh? No, you didn't. You artificially closed the door to that poor Pokemon's heart? That's what he said. Knowing that's not going to help you do anything. And off he runs. I know. When I was little, I heard about that. They say that if any Pokemon closes the door to its heart, it can gradually be reopened by battling together with it. Chaz, let's go. Those guys are probably headed for Pyrite Town. After all, it was in Pyrite that they captured me. So first things first, we gotta go heal up, and I don't know if I should do the markings immediately. I might as well just before I forget. But I was thinking it's gonna waste time to keep going to the PC to mark the Pokemon. I guess if I come back to the Pokemon Center anyway, and it's right here, I might as well. I don't think I can mark them outside of using the PC. I'll check that out first, though. But I'm pretty sure in this generation you can only mark them based on when you're accessing the computer. Let's just find out for sure, though. Summary, I don't think we can choose the markings here. No, we can choose the attacks. No. Alright, so we're just going to go to the PC. I am going to switch you to the spot here. We'll keep Aerodactyl in reserve. Now, I'm kind of liking the way I'm doing this because these Pokemon haven't really had a chance to shine. They haven't really had many options for TMs or anything like that. So, I'm going to have fun seeing what these Pokemon can do. Alright, let's mark you with the circle. Our first injury, kind of the playthrough. I'm hoping not to have too many of those. But, you never know what's going to happen, especially with the critical hits. What was it I was saying recently about... When I was training up in Pokemon Yellow, randomized Nuzlocke, 2 Wild Lapras got 2 critical ice beams on 2 of my Pokemon. You can't predict critical hits. They happen, as you just saw. So, we're heading over here. That's not Pyrite Town. Construction lot. The construction site for an immense tower, which will have a Colosseum on the top floor. Let's check this out. Sounds interesting. Is there anything of note here? That does look pretty cool. What's going on over here, guys? Whoa, hold it there. This is a construction site. It's not a safe place to be. This is no place for tourists to visit. Go on, scram. Thank you, very welcoming gentlemen. Yep, it's been a mighty long time. I can't rightly recall when it was that I last was at home. I messed that up. But we're just about done here. All that's left is to clean up the site and we're done. Can I go through? Nope. That Roman numeral 1 is not looking very inviting. Alright, can we get through and talk to you? Been working hard, I have. Let me tell you, making this here huge tower is one massive job. It's hard to imagine, even for me. Y'all come back to visit when we're all done here. There'll be a Colosseum on top of the tower. Amazing stuff! I guess I will have to do that at some point, but I'm not sure when in my adventure. But this was just a stepping stone to get us to one of the coolest, what would you call it, musical tracks in any Pokemon game ever. Just listen to this. Actually, there's a lot better music out there, but I just like how they had the snaps in here. Oh, Mr. Johnson, give a man a break here. I keep telling you, I don't know anything. That better be true, Kale. If you're trying to con me, I'll know about it. Mr. Johnson, sir, I wouldn't think about lying to you. You've got to believe me, right? Alright, fine. I'll let you off easy today. See you! Officer Johnson, is it? He's going to be a good ally in this adventure. I just know it. What a nitwit. Of course I haven't got a thing to tell you. He duped the police officer. What's going on here? What are you looking at? I haven't seen your faces around these parts. What are you, tourists? What's with people thinking that we're tourists? If you don't want to get hurt, you should get lost and quick, for the good of your health. Alright then, let's check out the fortune-telling office, store, whatever. People call Fatine the mother of Pyrite. Her ability as a fortune teller is highly regarded. Why, just a while ago, she even determined where my wife is living since she left me. That's pretty sad. Can we talk to you from behind the desk? Find what you seek, be it an object, person, or luck. Welcome to Fatine's fortune-telling chamber. I am Fatine. If ever a problem clouds your brow, you shall come to me. Whatever your problem may be, my fortune-telling shall lead to the solution. So essentially, this is like, if you don't know where to go next in the game, she's supposed to give you a clue on where you're supposed to go. And I might need to make use of her at some points. I think there's some parts where I kind of get a little bit lost here, but I'll see if my memory can serve me well. If not, she's there to make use of. This is Pyrite, the town of earth, wind, and money. You appear to be outsiders, but not tourists. I can see through your disguise. You had best beware. There are many ne'er-do-well sorts here. I will keep my guard up. Alright, what is this place? It's a very run-down looking police station. Whoa. I'm sorry, Chief, but there's trouble afoot. You see, Chief, there's talk that thugs have been witnessed using strange Pokemon. Huh? Chief? You're not the Chief. I beg your pardon. I'm here, Johnson. That story isn't new. I've heard about it over and over already. Oh, Joe Chief, there you are. You're such a kidder. What was he kidding about? Anyway, what are you saying? I'm Johnson. I'm the law around here. It's my job to uphold the peace in this town. What do you say? My name's Shirless. I'm the chief of police in this town. Are you two travelers? Yep. I see. Well, whether you are or not, it would be best if you were to get out of the town as soon as possible. Whoa. This town's descended into a state of lawless chaos. I couldn't guarantee your safety if anything were to happen. Well, I've got my Pokemon. I'm sure we'll be fine, even though we've already taken our first knockout. Hey, I know these guys. What's going on? Beavis and Butthead.
What? Not you two again. Listen, you have to promise. Don't tell Meyer B that we're hiding out here, okay?
Yeah, after we blew our last chance, we couldn't go back and stuff, so, we turned ourselves in for stealing that truck, and here we are. If we stayed here, we'd be, safe. Alright then. So, they have just locked themselves away in prison. The door is locked. Oh, I don't have a key item in my key. Wait, I don't have a key in my key items. That's what I meant to say. Oh well, maybe we can get in there later on. What about you? Can I get in here? Probably not. Let me in. Nope. I don't have a key in my key items, I just said. So I don't think I can talk to you. No, it doesn't look like it. Alright, we're done here in the police station. Doesn't this guy look familiar? It's Gonzap, Team Snagem's boss. He does look familiar. I didn't even know I could check that poster. Anyway, turns out you can't. So, what else is there to check out in town? You thugs must be Meyer B's newest recruits. Well, shoot, beat it. I don't have any money to give to the likes of you. Man, I was hoping to get some cash, but I guess that would be kind of an evil thing to do, so never mind. Are you trying to tell me something? Well, sorry, I don't need anything. Please leave. No. Pyrite Town's always had a history as a rough town, with all the muscle-bound roughnecks about. That's not a surprise. But when Duking was in charge, there wasn't any of this lawlessness that you see today. What's come over Duking? Also, who's Duking? Anything new in the news? It's called news for a reason. Just received breaking news. Aha! According to the arrested Snagem member, the smaller Snag machine is compact enough to be carried by a single person. Right here. Well, not here, but in the game. Wearing this machine transforms ordinary Pokeballs into Snag Balls. A Snag Ball is an alarming device. It can actually steal Pokemon from their trainers. It is hoped that the missing Snagem machine will not be used for criminal purposes again. Now, this brings up an interesting thing, because, as I discovered as I went through the Pokemon Moon playthrough and decided, I haven't even tried throwing a Pokeball at a trainer's Pokemon before. It says that the trainer blocked the Pokeball, right? But this indicates that the ball has to be converted into a Snag Ball to even work. So, we see in the anime when Dawn throws a Pokeball at Ash's Pikachu when she sees him in the wild. It gets Pikachu, but then Pikachu breaks out, right? And you would have thought that's maybe just a normal breakout, but I've always had a thought that it's when a Pokeball captures a Pokemon, its DNA sort of gets recorded to that Pokeball, and somehow there's a database of all Pokeballs and that have been used and stuff like that. So it's almost like a Pokeball knows when a Pokemon belongs to a separate Pokeball. So the Snag machine seems to completely convert all that information and, set it aside, and I'm just kind of sidetracked by the fact that, look at this guy. Look at this big muscle-bound oaf. The name's Duking. I run the Colosseum here. If you want to enter a battle, go see the Colosseum's receptionist. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm busy. Okay, then. I'm the lookout. Nobody's supposed to get by me. There's nothing special behind the bookshelf. There's a button at the side of the bookshelf. Press it. Yep. And there we go. No one's supposed to get by me, and there's nothing special. Yes, there is. Let's go see what's special behind the bookshelf. Hello, kids. That's why, Marcia. We've got to somehow snag them from the criminals. Ah! You startled me. How did you get in here? That's weird. My little brother's supposed to be on lookout. Well, look out, kids. Here I come. My sister hasn't done anything but chatter. I'm so bored. I want to play house. You talking about the TV show? Are you Papa's friends? I'm Marcia. I'm pleased to meet you. But, sorry, we're busy. We're talking about something that's quite important. Please come visit and play with us some other time. What's on the desk here? Can I read anything here? No, I'm apparently illiterate. Okay. So there's not much to do, but now there is. Duking, how much more are you going to take from Meyer B and his stooges? They're using you in the Colosseum. What is the matter with you? Have they sucked the spirit right out of you? So you just clam up. I've lost faith in you. So long, mysterious stranger who just decided to trash talk this big muscle-bound dude that could probably snap you in half like a beware. That man that went out is Silva. He's Duking's friend. Oh, is he? That's what you call friends in Orre. Okay. But he was really angry. His face looked all scary. What's wrong, Duking? Can I help out? Sorry, but I'm busy. You'll have to excuse me. Yes, friendly sorts here in the land of Orre. Yo, your outfit's kind of weird, but you're a trainer too, aren't you? Yeah? Good, that's okay then. I'll teach you about one of the few rules this town has. Here we have street battles rather than exchanging greetings. Ooh, well hello, sir. Chaser Calda. Sent out. Centret and Tailo. Now I gotta keep my eyes peeled for shadow Pokemon. And by eyes peeled, I mean Rui and her eyes peeled. Alright, so we're sending in, of course, Whiskers, and watch the Makuhita's shadow gauge. It's already about halfway down the first purple bar. Now it's already gone, so we have one full bar cleared out. The more of that shadow gauge or the heart gauge you empty out, the more of its own previous life it gets back. So let's go ahead and payday the, let's go for Tailo. And we still only have Shadow Rush. It's not bad though, 90 power. It doesn't get stab, of course, because it's, or does it? Do shadow Pokemon count as like a type, so to speak? I do not know, but we got some coins scattering everywhere. Don't peck the Makuhita. I'm telling you, they know type effectiveness. Alright, no big deal. And that's another thing to mention about shadow Pokemon. They can go into what is known as Hyper Mode. Hyper Mode is annoying in the sense that they do not get to attack that turn. And I think it's like, well, I think they have a better chance of getting critical hits as they're in Hyper Mode. But there's a chance that they might not listen, I think. And I don't remember ever seeing it happen, but I think they can turn on you and go after you and do something there. But what I like to do when they're in Hyper Mode, call them immediately. Because watch how much of the heart gauge goes away. Just like I sent it into battle, basically. So another half of that purple is gone. Quick attack. Stop beating up the little pudgy Makuhita. Just let us get the knockout with another payday. So you see there, Makuhita has not had a chance to do anything for 2 turns. So Hyper Mode is kind of bad. Pardon me. I think in the second game, spoilers, but they make it so that Hyper Mode happens at the end of a turn, I think. Alright, you're not going to thief my Makuhita, it's resistant. And fortunately, Whiskers has the HP to handle this. So, Slack Off has the Truant ability, which means that we should have a good chance to... Oh look, we already got Focused Energy back. So we can go for more critical hits. We're just going to go Shadow Rush. But, what was I just saying? Yeah, Truant ability. So, even though Slack Off might get some damage off now, next turn, we're not going to worry about it doing anything. Okay, I was going to say stop hyper-moding, but I guess it's okay, because the more you do it, the more we're going to clear your shadow gauge. Your heart gauge. Why are you going for dark move on my fighting type? That makes no sense. And a defense curl. I still think a payday will bring you down, though. We're about to find out, because we're going for that payday attack right now, as we once again call Makuhita. Makuhita, get your act together! Look, you're almost halfway down already. Excellent. If only we had a Croconaut we're doing this with as well. Oh, critical earthquakes. Critical attacks just in general. Fun times, aren't they? So Whiskers getting some experience. You're noticing that the Makuhita is not gaining any experience. Or is it? Stay tuned, folks. So, how much do we do with the payday on the Slack Off? I'm going to say maybe half. I wasn't sure if it was going to be half. I'm pretty sure that these things have kind of decent defenses. We land an attack finally. Bop! So it does handle that. A little bit of recoil damage from the Shadow Rush. And who do you target down? Okay, even if you go for Makuhita, we're going to survive that. I like how it waves. Hello, and then goodbye. No damage. Well, slight damage. And a payday brings you down. Is there anything else we can do? No, not really. I could have probably used a super potion just to, like, heal up quicker instead of going into the items outside of battle, but it is too late. Slack Off does fall. I wonder how much money we get for all of Whiskers' paydays here. Well, it's at level 29 also. Very nice. Whoops! You were better than me! And we get a nice 520 for winning, 840 for all the paydays. I kind of like the fact that Whiskers is one of the main Pokemon here. We can just start racking up the cash. I tripped myself up, but you're not bad at all. Your Pokemon are tops, too. I can see it in your eyes. You're just like us. It's easy to see. So let's go ahead. Actually, I'm not going to use an item yet because I'm pretty sure this place here is a hotel. Yes, it is a hotel, as the sign overhead clearly states. Now, I'm pretty sure I can stay. Greetings, welcome to the Pyrite Super Grand Hotel. Stay in one of our ultra gorgeous suites and you'll be refreshed like you're brand new. Your Pokemon, too. It's a mere 100 a night. Sure. Fine, fine. Hope you enjoy staying with us. So this place doesn't have a Pokemon Center. We actually have to pay money to heal up in Pyrite Town. So did you get a good rest? Next time you need to stay, make sure it's right here at the Pyrite Super Grand Hotel again. Well, let's see if there's some... I know there's some items in here. Boy, that was a good sleep. I must have slept through all of last week. I was totally exhausted from the tower construction job. Apparently some fabulously rich guy had the tower built. It's amazing stuff. Is it? I want to check it out. Where's the door? There we go. Is there anything we can snag in here? Hey, snag. Get it? Team Snagem? Out of the way, Rui. You just ruin everything. It wasn't that long ago when Duking was the man in Pyrite, but now that right out there, Weird Meyer B and his stooges ride herd over the town. I wonder what's so special about that Meyer B guy. Have you seen the man's hair? That's about all I can think of. Oh, room number 3. Are there any items? I'm pretty sure there's items in one of these. I guess not. Okay, tackle now. No, don't get confused. Tackle doesn't confuse. You're thinking like outrage or thrash or pedal dance. Tackle doesn't confuse. Anyway, that is going to be it for today's episode. We have made it here to Pyrite Town. There's a lot of stuff to check out and a lot of more battling to do and possibly some new shadow captures if Aerodactyl can contain himself a little bit. But if you like try it again. If you liked today's episode, apparently I meant to say, feel free to drop a like down below. And leave any comments you want to leave on the series thus far, what you're looking forward to in the future of Colosseum, and what did you think about those attempted captures, or that attempted capture of the Croconaw? Yeah, I mean, I already have Snapper the Totodile, so I'm not that upset without capturing it, but still, you kind of want to get what you can while you can here, because there's no wild Pokemon to make use of. But, of course, if you want to see some more videos of the Pokemon Colosseum playthrough, there's a link in the description to the full playlist. And for more video content from dear old Professor Chaz, check out some of the links during the outro to some other videos. And feel free to subscribe to the channel by clicking my face during the outro as well to get your daily Pokemon content here on the Professor Chaz channel. But with that, we are done. I want to say again, thanks for watching today's video. Professor Chaz is signing off, and I'll catch you next time.